What is it about this crazy place that agrees with you?
Yeah, I mean, I've had my fair share of good rounds and bad rounds around here. I enjoy the golf course. I think you don't find anybody that doesn't think it's a great test of golf, that it's a great golf course. And I think it's just so important to drive it well, and I've done that over any time that I've played well, put the ball in play with the driver, felt comfortable off the tee, give yourself the chance to hit a lot of greens. Today was relatively soft, so it was quite forgiving compared to the first 2 days where the course has been very firm. So it was a good day to score on. But yeah, I've been lucky that I've had a few good rounds, and one more will do me no harm.
Do you feel like you kind of had, like, the last 5 years, specifically sort of over the COVID break and everything, that you had a slight dip in form? I know you won at the end of last year, but how would you characterize sort of the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I haven't played to the standards. Definitely consistently, I haven't played to the standard that I had in 17, 18, and 19, and the start of 20. I had a year stretch, I would say, sort of after, post-COVID in 2021. I felt like I was, poor really, and struggled. And thing is, the standard's so high these days that anytime you're struggling, it's very, very difficult to build any momentum. It's difficult to keep confidence. The margins are so small, standards are so high. So when you are struggling, it highlights it even more these days, I think, than ever. But last year I felt like I played, very consistently without having, I got the win at the end. Had some top fives in majors, so I had some good performances that sort of, like, quietly in a way, felt like I started to play, much better. And so far this year's been the same. I haven't particularly played great, but I haven't played poorly. But what I've lacked is rounds like today, really, where you just get on the right side of the game and you get on the right side of the course and you actually build around, and that's sort of what I haven't done so far this year. But it's never a bad time to start.
You said the standard these days. Have you noticed the standard improve since you turned pro?
Yeah, for sure. I've noticed the standard improve over the last 2, 3, 4 years. I think players are getting better, and courses aren't particularly getting any easier, but the standard's getting higher, and you have to you have to be really, really good these days, and I think it's noticeable. I think throughout the tournaments and whoever's in the field, I think anybody can turn up and win, which I think has always been the case, but I just think more so. Mistakes, I think, are highlighted, bad rounds are highlighted, and you just have to have it together all the time. Of course, you're going to play poor at times, and the best players are the ones that are the best at playing poorly in a way, as well as being great at playing well. But for sure, I think the standard is getting higher and higher.
If you had to guess, how many shots easier you think today played versus yesterday afternoon?
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was a lot easier. Even though there was a bit of wind. It was just how soft the greens were. I don't know, 2, 3 shots. I mean, I was making an absolute hash of it early yesterday in the round. I was put it so poorly early doors, and then once I got it going, I was all right. But it was a scoreable day today. So if you were going to have a chance of contending, you had to do that today.
I mean, does the fact that you've never won on the PGA Tour add a wee bit of incentive tomorrow?
No, not really. That's been a goal, a dream, an incentive for as long as I've been playing out here, and yeah, for sure. I would have loved to have done it by now. I'd have loved to have done it multiple times, but I haven't. So tomorrow's another chance. I think it'll be great to go out there, teeing off on Sunday with a chance of winning the Players' Championship. I think that's an amazing feeling, and I look forward to that tomorrow. But I think what's important for me is to sort of play like the player that I want to be, and be at that standard with the best players in the world, and keep giving yourself more and more chances. I haven't put myself in contention enough start of this year, you know, this is as good a time as any to start, and I'll see how we go tomorrow. But the more I can play like I want to play, the more I give myself chances. Hopefully, my time will come. Thanks, John.
You've had a chance to win here before. Is this course particularly uncomfortable on a Sunday just because of how it sets up?
I guess so. I think, you know, I think I can look back at 2019. They kind of show that one quite a lot on TV because Rory won it. So, you know, I've watched how that one unfolds plenty of times. I enjoyed it last time. I didn't quite, you know, I played all right, and then you just look at the back nine and a couple of mistakes or a couple of poor shots that I made. But it's tough winning any tournament. Never mind a Players' Championship, and but you have to put yourself in that situation and test yourself, and you learn from it. And tomorrow, I just want to go out and keep playing golf. You know, you can't win it if you're miles back. So tomorrow, I'm going to go out with a chance, and we'll see how it goes. But it's for sure. You look at the list of players that have won. It's a who's who in golf, and I would love to be on that. But there's a reason why all the greats have won this tournament.
Hey, Tommy. So when Jordan was here, he finished at 6 under, and he said, "I'm just going to go out and I have nothing to lose tomorrow." Clearly, you're in a little bit different situation. It's a $25 million purse. How do you approach it in the morning? And as you said, I'll just see how it goes. Well, if it's not going exactly the way you want it to, do you force it, trying to think maybe somehow, some way I can win, or do I think at all about a good top 5 would be great this week?
A good top 5 won't change my life. I'll go out and set out like I do every week and try and win the tournament. Look, we play for incredible amounts of money, and a top 5 it'd absolutely be lovely. You know, it'd be a great result for starters, and it would give me a lot of confidence about my game. Be another fantastic result. Be a lot of money. I don't particularly spend that much money. That would be great. But I think going out with a chance to win the Players' Championship is something that's very special, and that's probably what I look forward to the most.
Last one from Adam. Tommy, as a DP Tour guy too, have you had a chance to play much with Minwoo Lee, and what do you admire about his game?
Yeah, he's a proper player. He's been around for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years now, and he's played some really, really good stuff. Like the back end of last year, the start of this year, he's been playing really well, and he's young with a lot of talent, hits it great, and he's got a lot about him, and I don't think people that play over on the DP World Tour are surprised to see him in contention in any event. But yeah, he's obviously clearly got a bright future ahead of him.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.